Welcome to Nick Wealth, where we uncover the financial secrets that keep the rich getting richer while most people stay poor. Look around you today. Nearly everyone appears successful. Yet statistics show that 75% of these people are actually failing financially. We often confuse looking wealthy with actually being wealthy, a dangerous mistake that keeps millions of hardworking people trapped in debt. You see the shiny cars and the designer clothes, but you never see the empty bank accounts or the sleepless nights. It is crucial to understand that a high income does not automatically equal wealth. In fact, they are often negatively correlated. Consider the high-earning doctor who spends every single dollar he makes to maintain a lifestyle that impresses absolute strangers. Now, contrast him with a modest teacher who drives a used car but has quietly built a fortune through investing. True wealth is not about what you display to the world. It is about what you keep hidden in your accounts. Why do 75% of people fail? Because they are playing a game of status rather than a game of freedom. They are running on a hedonistic treadmill where every increase in salary is immediately met with an equal increase in spending. That gold watch might look impressive, but if it prevents you from investing, it is essentially a shackle on your wrist. Every dollar you spend on a depreciating asset is a soldier that you have killed before it could capture more territory. We rent our lifestyle from the bank, paying interest on things we do not need to impress people we do not like. This is the trap of the golden handcuffs. You look successful, but you cannot stop working for even a single month. Let us talk about the silent killer of wealth, a phenomenon known by economists and advisors as the lifestyle creep. It starts innocently enough. You get that big promotion or a new job with a significant raise in your salary. Instead of saving the difference, your brain immediately justifies moving into a bigger apartment or buying a much nicer car. You convince yourself that you deserve this upgrade because you worked hard, but you are actually sabotaging your future self. Your savings rate remains at zero despite your income doubling, leaving you just as vulnerable as you were when poor. Suddenly, your friends change and you feel the social pressure to keep up with their expensive habits and vacations. The dopamine hit from buying new things fades quickly, leaving you with a permanent higher monthly cost of living. This is most visible in the cars we drive, the ultimate symbol of the middle-class trap and financial destruction. As you drive that new car off the lot, its value plummets while your debt obligation remains fixed in stone. Lifestyle creep transforms your extra income into extra obligations, turning what should be financial freedom into a tighter cage. This leads us to the second major problem, which is the payments mentality that plagues the modern consumer economy. Walk into any dealership and the first question they ask is not the price, but what is your monthly budget? They manipulate the numbers to fit your monthly cash flow, hiding the massive total cost and the high interest rates. People are now financing cars for 7 or 8 years, paying for a vehicle long after it is broken down. The poor ask if they can make the payment. The rich ask if the asset is worth the total price. This mentality has spread to phones, furniture, and even vacations, slicing your income into hundreds of tiny monthly cuts. Death by 1,000 cuts is real. You do not feel one payment, but together they paralyze your financial mobility. When your paycheck arrives, it is already spoken for, distributed to 10 different companies before you can save a dime. Wealthy people avoid interest at all costs. They understand that paying interest is the penalty for wanting things too soon. Conversely, earning interest is the reward for patience, a concept that the instant gratification generation fails to grasp today. This brings us to the most powerful force in the universe, compound interest, and why the first steps are hardest. Most people quit investing because the initial results are boring, slow, and frankly, quite discouraging for the human brain. You save and save for a year, and your investment returns might only be enough to buy a nice dinner. It is hard to justify denying yourself a new pair of shoes today for a few dollars of profit tomorrow. As Charlie Munger famously said, "The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it." Why is $100,000 the magic number? Because that is the threshold where your money starts working hard. Getting to that first 100,000 is like pushing a boulder up a mountain. It is all manual labor. But once you cross that threshold, gravity takes over, and the boulder begins to roll on its own momentum. At $100,000, an 8% return generates $8,000 a year without you lifting a finger. That is nearly $700 a month of pure, passive income, enough to cover groceries or a car payment. If you reinvest that money, your portfolio is now growing by both your contributions and its own generated internal force. For the average saver, getting from 0 to 100,000 might take 7 long years of discipline and sacrifice. But here is the magic. Getting from 100,000 to 200,000 takes less than 4 years. This snowball is getting bigger, and it is picking up snow faster than you could ever pack it by hand. The hard work you do in your 20s and 30s is front-loaded. You suffer now to live like a king later. Most people cannot delay gratification. They eat the marshmallow now instead of waiting for 2 marshmallows later in life. To join the top 25%, you must be willing to look poor while you are actually becoming rich. Keeping cash under your mattress is not safety. It is a guaranteed loss of purchasing power due to inflation. You must own assets, businesses, real estate, or stocks that have the power to grow faster than the cost of living. Financial literacy is the vaccine against poverty, yet it is rarely taught in schools or discussed at the dinner table. The system is designed to create employees and consumers, not investors and owners. You must educate yourself to escape. Automation is your best friend. Set your investments to happen automatically the day you get paid, before you see it. If the money is not in your checking account, you cannot spend it on impulsive purchases that you will regret later. You are essentially sending money to your future self, ensuring that the old version of you lives with dignity. Imagine retiring early, traveling the world, and never worrying about a bill, simply because you started today. But right now, you might be drowning in debt, feeling like that dream is impossible to reach from here. You do not get rich by cutting coupons. You get rich by optimizing your 3 biggest expenses: housing, transport, and food. Living in a smaller apartment or getting a roommate can save you thousands of dollars a year instantly. Cooking at home is not just healthier, it saves you hundreds of dollars a month compared to ordering takeout daily. Driving a reliable used car eliminates the largest destroyer of wealth for young people, which is car depreciation. Take every single dollar you save from these sacrifices and aggressively pay down your high-interest consumer debt. You cannot build wealth while paying 20% interest to a credit card company. That is a mathematical impossibility. Once the debt is gone, you will feel a massive weight lift off your shoulders and your cash flow explodes. Now you have a surplus every month. This is the fuel you need to start the engine of your wealth. You do not need to be a genius stock picker. Simply buying the entire market through index funds is sufficient. Even the world's greatest investors recommend low-cost index funds for 99% of the population to build wealth. Consistency is the key. Investing $500 every month is better than investing $5,000 once a year. When the market crashes, and it will, you must remain calm and keep buying, viewing it as a discount sale. The herd loses money because they buy when they are excited and sell when they are scared. Do the opposite. Wealth is transferred from the impatient to the patient during times of economic uncertainty and market volatility. Over decades, your small monthly contributions grow into a forest of assets that provide shelter for your family. This is not just about numbers. It is about security, options, and the ability to say no to things. Having FU money means you can walk away from a toxic job or an abusive boss without fear of starvation. It gives you the freedom to pursue work that is meaningful to you, rather than work that just pays bills. To escape the 75% who fail, you must be willing to do what the 75% refuse to do. You must be willing to be weird, to be different, and to ignore the mocking of those who are broke. Let them laugh at your old car while they stress about their payments. You are playing the long game. In 10 years, the tables will turn, and they will ask you how you got so lucky, ignoring your discipline. Beware of get-rich-quick schemes. They are designed to prey on your impatience and steal your hard-earned capital. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Real wealth is built slowly, boringly, and methodically over time. The tortoise always beats the hare in the game of wealth accumulation. Speed often leads to reckless crashes. While saving is crucial, there is a limit to how much you can cut. There is no limit to earning. Invest in yourself to increase your income, then pour that extra income directly into your investment portfolio. The ultimate cheat code is to increase your income while keeping your expenses flat, widening the gap massively. That gap between your income and your expenses is where your freedom lives. Make it as wide as possible. Teach these principles to your children, or the consumer culture will teach them to be broke like everyone else. You have the power to break the cycle of generational poverty and change your family's destiny forever. $1 million is not a fantasy, it is a mathematical certainty if you follow the rules of the game. With $1 million invested, you can withdraw $40,000 a year forever without running out of money. Work becomes optional. You work because you want to, not because you have to pay for survival. Stop comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel on social media. It is all a fabricated illusion. Real billionaires often wear t-shirts and jeans, while people with negative net worth wear Gucci and drive leased cars. Focus on building your net worth, your health, and your relationships, the only 3 things that truly matter. Do not sacrifice your health to chase money, or you will spend all your money trying to buy back health. Do not wait for the perfect time to start investing. The perfect time was yesterday. The second best is now. Time is your most valuable asset in investing. Giving your money more time to grow is better than timing the market. Remember the story of the janitor who died a multimillionaire simply by buying blue-chip stocks and never selling them. And remember the high-income executives who die broke because they could not control their spending or their ego. Personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. Mastering your emotions is the key. It is the boring, repetitive, daily habits that build an empire, not the one-time lucky breaks or lottery tickets. Before investing, build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months' expenses to protect you from life's unexpected events. With an emergency fund, a car breakdown is just an inconvenience, not a financial disaster that ruins your life. Understand the difference between bad debt that drains you and good debt that buys assets which pay you. Leverage can be a powerful tool if used responsibly to acquire cash-flowing assets like real estate or businesses. Do not rely on a single source of income. If that leg breaks, your entire financial table collapses instantly. Build streams of income that are not tied to your time: dividends, rent, royalties, and interest payments. Understand the tax code. Taxes are likely your biggest expense, and reducing them legally accelerates your wealth building. Utilize tax-advantaged accounts to shield your investments from the taxman and let them grow more efficiently. Bear markets are the price of admission for the high returns of the stock market. Do not run away. Trying to time the market is a fool's errand. Time in the market always beats timing the market. Keep your financial life simple. Complex schemes often hide high fees and lower returns for the investor. You do not need to check your portfolio daily. A yearly review is enough to keep you on track. Financial freedom is not about buying Ferraris. It is about the peace of mind that comes from security. When your cup overflows, you can help others. You cannot help the poor if you are one of them. Money makes a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. You must dictate where it goes, or it leaves. The equation is simple. Spend less than you earn, invest the difference, and wait for a long time. Avoid high-interest debt like the plague, as it is the mathematical opposite of wealth creation. Start as early as possible, even if it is just with small amounts, to let compound interest work. You now have the knowledge that 75% of people ignore. The question is, will you act on it? Do not just close this video and go back to scrolling. Take one small financial action right this second. Write down your financial goals, make a plan, and stick to it even when it gets boring or hard. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas and growth, not people who talk about other people and spending. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your circle very carefully. Be careful who you take advice from. Do not take fitness advice from the fat or money advice from the broke. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Keep learning, keep reading, and keep growing your financial intelligence. The journey to wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, but the view from the finish line is worth it. Imagine a life where money is no longer a source of stress, but a tool that empowers your dreams. This life is possible for you, regardless of where you are starting from today, if you change your mindset. You will make mistakes along the way, but do not let them stop you. Learn from them and keep moving. Your past financial mistakes do not define your future. You can start a new chapter starting from today. Commit to this process for just 5 years, and you will not recognize your life compared to today. Remember to fight lifestyle creep, reject the payments mentality, and aim for that first $100,000. Focus all your energy on that first $100,000. It is the gateway to the life you want. If you found value in this video, share it with a friend who needs to hear this message today. Comment below. I will reach 100K to make a public commitment to your financial future. Hit the like button to help the algorithm spread this financial truth to more people who are struggling. Check out this next video where I break down exactly how to invest your first $1,000. Thank you for investing your most valuable asset, your time, with me today on this journey to wealth. The sky is the limit when you take control of your money instead of letting it control you. Your freedom is waiting for you down the road. Keep driving, keep saving, and keep believing in yourself. When it gets hard, remember why you started. Remember the freedom that awaits you at the finish line. You are the architect of your financial future. Lay the bricks carefully, day by day, dollar by dollar. I look forward to seeing you at the top, where the view is beautiful and the air is free. This has been a deep dive into the psychology of money and the math of becoming truly wealthy. Make sure you are subscribed so you never miss a lesson on your path to financial independence. Start your journey to the first 100,000 today. Thank you for watching Nick Wealth. Subscribe for your financial freedom.